Geeks Gone Raw.
Not even just take one of your shoes, like just remove every fucking shoelace from the building. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like, do something like that. And if I got enough time, like, nigga steal a stove. Like, you know what I mean? Just make shit inconvenient as fuck. Like, that's what I would do. If I was a robber, I would be just the most inconvenient motherfucker ever. Like, the kind that'll just like take everything out of your fridge and just put it on the complete opposite side of the room. Don't do anything with it. Just take everything out of the fridge for no fucking reason at all. Like, that's like.
Then they'll be looking for a crackhead. They're looking for somebody
just let the ice melt on everything. Just remove all of your ice cream and let that shit melt to a froth.
Dang, that's nasty.
That's cold as ice. That's cold as ice. Like, I go in with you. It makes like, if you got the good ice cream too, I'm taking that shit just sitting there right on your stove. I'm not even gonna turn the stove on. I'm just gonna sit it right on the stove.
Have it all sweating down into the cracks and everything.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't get to where the bottom gets all crusty and stuff, then when it starts to seep through.
And it just be all frothy. You know what I mean? Like, that's the worst, when your ice cream melts and it's all like frothy. And it's just like, yo, my millennium is frothy right now. I can't do nothing with this shit.
You know, like, because how ice cream works, I think I remember this from like science class. It has like oxygen or something in it that makes it creamy. But if it like thaws out and refreezes, the oxygen is out, and then it becomes just a block.
Ice. Yeah, it's just a block of ice. I've had that issue before. It's just like, that's what I would do. Like, if I was breaking your house, I just want to be
thaw out your ice cream.
Yeah, thaw out your ice cream and fucking like just like, take all of your power cords out of everything that I can remove the power cords from.
Just take the modem. You can't do anything with it because it's proprietary, but you just take it. You're like,
no. I just take the power. I just take the power. I just take the power cable out, and then just like hide it somewhere, like, or just like put it somewhere that like Young Rouse is the first person to find it, so he's gonna do something really destructive, like, like shit like that. And then it's like, okay, you could be mad at me or you could be mad at Young Rouse. All I did was remove it and I put it in the place where Young Rouse could find it. Like, I didn't do anything, like put all of the stuff at the bottom of the toy box. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's, you know what? That's the kind of person I'd be like, I'll just break in your house and make a fucking sandwich and leave. Like,
hey, I'll break in your house and give you stuff. I'm going to break in your house and I'm going to just like put an entire box of ferrets.
Nah, that's too much work. Like, you got to corral the ferrets. Like, that's the worst part, is like corralling the ferrets.
To be trained ferrets.
Like, no, that's too much work. See, that means you got to train them too. So like,
I'll buy them trained.
That's way too much work. Like, I'll just break into your house and just leave a fruitcake.
And now I can't hear Scar. I could hear Chase, but I can't hear Scar.
That's weird.
Having all
That's
kinds of
super-
audio issues. Not really for the podcast, but for each other.
Yeah, just break into your house and leave like 5 fruit
That's
cakes.
garbage. What the heck? I'm just
Like
have to go with that.
5 of
Let's
them,
see.
like
I'm turning
5
this
fruit
off.
cakes, and you just like, man.
Well,
And
I
then
think
like
someone broke into our house and changed all their audio settings.
I wonder if it's me because my browser says that it wants to update.
I don't know. It's been weird because I didn't really. When you guys clicked on it, I didn't do anything.
Okay, let me
all of a sudden.
let me update Chrome and see what it's talking about.
Okay.
No. Oh no. Oh shoot. I can't hear anything now. Let me see what I got here. Settings. Microphone. Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Okay, I'm updated. Does that change anything?
I can hear you. Cam just can't
Now
hear
I can
us.
hear Scar and I can't hear Chase.
What?
Yep. Reverse.
Wow, this is special. It's special. Look, it's been a half an hour, and we can't get the audio right.
Play this thing in. I'm trying to I got my headphones were fine. I could hear everybody, and then those decided to die out on me. Oh, now I'm trying to plug these bad boys up.
See, this is why all your headphones shouldn't be wireless.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
have the only pair of wired ones I have don't have a. I can't speak through them. They don't have a microphone. They're like old.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting like some of those wireless Steel Series that everybody talks about, and I'm like, I'm sure they're awesome, but then that add another layer of something that I'm going to have to charge.
You need help with the speakers?
No, I just switched altogether because I couldn't hear it on the laptop at all.
I'll see them.
Well, I couldn't hear anything. They could hear me, but I couldn't hear them.
Young Frog, the king.
Okay, now I hear. Say hello again, Kel.
What's up, Young Frog?
Say what's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing.
Go. No, can't be in here. Go.
Come on, Kelvin.
Bye. Later, Froggy.
What is Froggy's actual name?
Kellen.
Okay.
Young Mayhem Kellen.
Okay. I mean, I never called my daughter Joyce, so there's that.
I've never
Bell,
heard that name
Kellen.
spoken in my
He
life
says,
from you.
I'm Kellen Randall. Kellen.
Yeah, I never called Pooh Bear Joyce. Never. Shit never happens.
He doesn't
That's
even
not
seem
even
like
who
a
you are,
Joyce.
dude. Only if we're like out in public and I don't want people to think I'm crazy.
She definitely is more of a Joyce now. Because she got that attitude. She's named after my mother and my grandmother. They were both named Joyce.
Oh,
Okay.
So, all right. So we good now?
Chase, can I hear you?
maybe.
Nope. Still can't hear Chase.
Still can't hear Chase. Chase has another confession to make. He's no fool. I said when you first came on, I said you look like a out of work Dave Grohl impersonator.
Get off the cat. Off the cat before he scratches.
I love singing that song, by the way, on Rock Band. But here's the problem with singing that song on Rock Band. You're pretty much yelling the whole fucking song.
Which one?
The Best of You?
Oh,
He's pretty much yelling the whole song. It's like it's like a singing kind of yelling, but it's yelling nevertheless.
right.
Okay, now I can hear everybody.
You got it?
Yep.
Roll that beautiful beam footage. Let me know when we're rolling, dog.
Yeah, we're rolling.
Are you sure it's recording? Because I know your settings were off.
It is. So I see the green bars moving. So
Yeah, but my green bars be moving, and then like I can't hear nothing from nobody other than myself.
I can hear.
Okay, I'm just making sure that you are sure that this recording is actually going to come out.
Well, I heard him when he said I can hear everybody, and I heard you. Well, I'm talking to you.
Now, I ain't talking about just hearing us right now. I'm talking about hearing us on the actual recording.
Yeah, green bar is moving on OBS.
Okay, if you're sure. All right, let's do it. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scarfinger, and this is Scarcasm. I am moving really fast because we've had some technical issues, and I just want to make sure that we can actually do this. So, welcome everyone to. Are we really doing August, April?
I think so because we don't have to if you have things going on, but I think if we can do it, let's do it.
Okay, so here's the problem with August, April. I actually got my apartment on Friday, and I paid for it. I haven't moved yet, so that means I don't have like my lights and my water and stuff like that aren't on, and I don't have any internet on just yet. So once I actually move at some point this week, I don't know when I'm going to have internet.
Could you
But
do
I
that
get this
recording through the phone like I used to do?
I mean, technically I can, but then I'm on Wi-Fi. I mean, I'm on like the regular phone. Like, who wants that?
You got the 5G?
Fuck no. My phone old. My phone like almost 3 years old now. I'm not like you. Like I don't get taxes, so I don't get to buy a Pixel every time the new fucking taxes come out. I said it like it's Madden or some shit. Like when the new taxes come out.
Well, I don't. Well, for one, I don't buy them, and two, it was I always wait until my phone gets completely ready to renew. So.
So you haven't bought a new phone for the last couple of years every time you get your taxes?
Right. I've had a Pixel 3 for 2 years.
Okay.
I just now got a Pixel 5.
I believe you. So in the tradition of August, April, the new tradition of August, April, we do have a guest today. The homie Cam is in the building.
What's on people's much love?
What's going on, brother? Like, it's been a little bit.
It's been a minute. I'm excited. Lots to talk about. It's been too long. I'm sure you guys got lots to talk about, and I'm happy to be back.
I don't. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've been like so like consumed with all of this stuff with the apartment and trying to make sure that I got everything straight. I haven't done a whole lot. I haven't done anything new.
What's old is new, and what's new is old. It's all good.
Yeah, I ain't done nothing new at all.
But yeah, I was actually thinking about like using the podcast as a vessel to motivate me to play things that I haven't played before. Like being like, if I talk about Darksiders on the podcast, that might mean I'll actually fucking play the fucker.
Well, remember that's what Scott wanted to do. Scott wanted to set up a thing where we played something as a show and talked about it on the show. I think possibly he wanted to set up like a separate show where we just did that part of it. But like, at one point that's what we were doing anyway. Like we were playing games, watching movies or TV shows and stuff like that specifically for the show. I always wanted to get back to that. It just never quite happened. And I still got like a list of like stuff that Jaybird gave us like years ago. So, Jaybird been going for a little bit. I still got stuff from Jaybird. Like he wanted us to watch. I can't even remember what was the list, but there was some stuff.
That stuff might not even be on Netflix anymore.
I'm pretty sure it's not. I mean, one of them was like some show like the. I don't know, it was like the George Washington or Hamilton miniseries or some shit like that came on some obscure fucking channel that no one actually has. Like, it was something like that. I'm gonna look it up now. But,
well, I'm the one that recommended the movie George Washington, but it's not about George Washington, president.
It was. I can't remember exactly what it was. I know it wasn't George Washington, but it was something. It was something like during that time period or something like that. That he suggested, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was. So it was you that suggested George Washington.
Yeah.
Yo, you want to know something that's funny?
What's that?
You suggested George Washington. It was on Hulu, and it was on April 5th, 2016.
Wow.
Today is April 5th, 2021. But yes.
Happy anniversary of me putting George Washington on the suggestion list.
That's crazy. And he wanted us to see like Wet Hot American Summer. There's some, you commented about that, and I'm like, I've never heard of World's Greatest Dad. Tim and Eric's
World's Greatest Dad. That's how Robin Williams joint, I think.
No idea. Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie. I've heard of Tim and Eric. I have no idea who the fuck Tim and Eric are.
They're very irreverent, like absurdist humor. I don't know if you'd actually like it, but it's just kind of like it's like it's funny because it's not funny. I don't know. It's weird.
Okay. And then The Guest. I have no idea what The Guest is.
Sounds like a horror movie, like a possession movie.
And then Nightcrawler. Like, if it's not the X-Men, I have no idea what Nightcrawler is.
Isn't that weird movie with
Jake Gyllenhaal where he's like a kind of a sleazeball?
And then he put Boogie Nights. Like, everybody hasn't seen Boogie Nights. But I mean, then again, like Jay Bird was like really young, and like I don't think we really realized how young Jay Bird was at the time all of this was happening.
And we were like, you should be watching no Boogie Nights.
he passed right before his like 20th or 21st birthday. Like, so like he was a little kid out here hanging with grown folks. So yeah. So I would really love to get back to some of that. Like, and especially like trying to play a game for the show.
Well, probably us is probably think of like if you were going to local concerts or whatnot, all the bands would be older than you most of the time. And the ones that you would look up to would be older than you. And if you're like starting to hanging out with them, they would be like a little bit older than you.
Like the Foo Fighters?
Well, not that old.
I'm making fun of y'all can't see Chase, but Chase has let his hair grow out a little bit, and and I said when he first came on, he couldn't hear me. I said he looked like an out of work Dave Grohl impersonator right now. Dave Grohl, who's from Virginia, by the way.
Nice.
His mom's name is Virginia.
I have Virginia and a baby in Virginia.
But you're actually
breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit choppy.
Uh-oh. Am I back?
No, it's jumpy.
Yeah, so it's weird because your video's fine, but like, because normally when you would get all Skypey, your video would be weird, but your video's fine. I don't know what's going on.
I got all my bars.
Now I hear you. I heard you say that just fine. Now, what did you say about Virginia?
I have friends who just moved from Sacramento to Virginia, and she just had a baby a couple days ago.
Huh.
Word up.
A little Easter baby. I moved to Fairfax, I want to say.
Okay, that's up north. That's near. That's
Sacramento
like,
to Virginia. That's like kind of like bleaching your hair blonde from black. You know, it's like completely opposite.
Yeah. Very different, but they wanted like a country type of life. They love taking walks out in the country and post all these pictures of like nature and all that good stuff. And they were growing organic honey and all stuff like that. So,
oh yeah, you get all of that here
in
the places that still have Trump flags up. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, no, good people, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he went to the Capitol.
Oh wow! Did you hear about the guy who got arrested with the shirt? He had a shirt on that said "I was there."
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, some dude, they still catching up with people, but they caught up with a dude, and he had on a shirt that said he was there as a memento of being at the Capitol that day.
I mean, hey, let the flag fly, I guess, if that's your flag.
Yeah. It's, the funny thing about politics is like, there's like, other than the fact that my man tripped on some stairs, like we haven't heard very much about Biden at all. Like the political conversations have been like next to nothing. And you still see some stuff here and there. But like the political conversations just kind of went away. And I am so fucking overjoyed going through Facebook and just seeing stupid regular Facebook stuff.
I guess the world found out he's moderate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's just like, I think it's with 45 came that cult of personality. That people kind of gravitated to. Like, it was not just about him being the president. It was about him being this kind of larger than life figure, that was like physically and, spiritually, I guess you would say, spiritually and physically and metaphorically. He was just kind of a larger than life person, and like people just kind of gravitated to him. And it's just like, yeah, the president probably shouldn't be a star of any kind. Like I don't need president celebrity. Like I want my president to actually, govern and like do stuff that like presidents do.
And play golf. He enjoys him some golf.
Yeah, play some golf. Did you hear about my that was funny. My boss is an avid Trump hater, and he was talking about something happened where this couple got married at his golf course at Mar-a-Lago or whatever it's called. And he was there, and he got up to speak and spent his speech at these people's wedding talking shit about Biden.
What?
Yeah, he definitely did a political speech talking shit about Biden at these people's wedding as a toast to them. And then at the end, he kind of roped it all around and said, the things that you're supposed to say at the end. But like, that was just a very small amount of what he actually said. Most of what he said, he was talking shit about Biden.
Sounds like him.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like him, but like, why would you give that man a microphone at your wedding?
You got to respect the position, though, right? I guess if the president wanted to say something, you let him say something, good or bad. It's gonna be a story. This happened at my wedding.
Yeah, it was like the drunk dude at my wedding. My cousin brought a date. And when everyone was talking afterwards, after we partied and all that kind of stuff, we, got the cake and get ready to do the thing, and everybody was passing around the microphone to say a little bit. He decided he wanted to speak. And he didn't know nobody other than the person that he came with. He was a little bit inebriated, and yeah, he just kind of went for it.
Hey. Did you ring true?
And called my ex-wife Shirley. Everything. It just went. He just went for it. So yeah, that was fun. But like, yeah, don't give that dude a microphone at your wedding.
Okay.
Even if he was the president. I'm sorry, President. I'm at your resort, but I paid for this. I didn't pay for you with this. You know what I mean? Yeah. The groom had to step in and be like, "Oh, buddy, like, I'm gonna need you to bring that right on down. Like, I'm cool. Like, we're cool. I am a Republican. That's why I paid for this place and this place specifically. But I don't need you to speak today. How about that? Just look. I say the president's here. You wave, and we go on about the rest of the show."
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's just go about the rest of the show. Like, you wave, we do our thing. Like, but yeah, that was I would I would love to watch that. I don't really watch anything with 45 in it for the most part, but I would watch that. I would watch it not for him and his speech. I would watch it to see the look on everyone else's faces.
Yep.
Cause you know, the mother of the groom is heated. If the mother of the groom is there, or maybe the mother of the bride, but the mama is heated that day at the president. She ain't gonna say nothing because he's the president. And he probably got some, like wherever he goes, Secret Service got to go now.
Yep.
But yeah, the parents are heated. The dad probably is about that life. So like, he's probably overjoyed that the president was speaking at his child's wedding. But like, mama is heated. You had to hold mama back. Let me tell him something. No, I need you, mama, that type of thing.
Yep.
Probably happened that day.
Hold you back. Do it is nice.
Yep. So how's it been, Cam? I mean, usually this part of the show, we talk about our weeks. Like I said, I've been totally consumed with, packing, organizing, trying to figure out when my coworkers can actually move my stuff. So there hasn't really been a whole lot going on in my week. I did, however, when we spoke last, did I talk about the shot?
The shot?
Yeah, I got my first shot.
Yeah. You just said you did, and I said, what's up? Okay.
And I ain't really talking about the after effects. I talked to Cam about it briefly. The stuff about your arm hurting is true. I had a headache I could not get rid of, and I just had a general feeling of not feeling good. So that tells me, with everybody else rolling off the first shot, that I'm getting fucking hit with the second one. The second one is going to hit me like a ton of bricks, and that's going to happen on the 17th. And my child will be here that weekend. Fun for me.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Attitude and pain. Love it.
Attitude and pain. Yay me. But Cam, how's it been, dog?
Oh man, it's been wild. The past couple weeks, like probably the last month, all the soups. So I work at Costco, for everybody who doesn't know. We've been having to do 6-day weeks because people have been on vacation or out, because the manager who does our schedule was on vacation. So if it sits for so long, it has to be approved. So everybody's doing 6 days a week. I do the front end schedule. That's like 100 people that I got to make a schedule for every week. So that's fun.
Fuck.
And then Easter week was fun, because then I had to like sit in the office with the big managers, like, all right, what you got the day before Easter and the day before that, the Friday and Saturday? How many lines are we going to have? When are they all going to be open? All day, right? From open to close. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get you. I got you. And then you just see all week people call in and just other departments picking and taking from the front end. Like, well, there goes one of my lines. There goes another line. Good thing I scheduled 18 lines. We only need 16, but all right, they took them. It's just picked apart. So it's like everyone's looking at me like, where's all the lines, Cam? That's your job. But everybody took them. I'm like, hey. But
yeah, it's like, where's all the lines, Cam? Oh, don't look at me. What's up with your mans? Your mans took everybody away.
Yeah, go look at the bakery. The bakery took them. Like,
hey,
know what I mean?
You work at Costco. You know, it's funny. Me and my brother's little clan for whatever we're doing is called Costco Rum Handle, because when we would play, Dylan would get wasted on rum from Costco.
Now I don't even everybody know. I have never almost 36 years in 2 weeks.
Huh?
You broke up a little bit for me.
I'm a super square, but that's me.
I was very square until my separation. That's when I really started drinking. I hadn't drank very much before then, but of course I'm a cheap drunk. So it's just like, it doesn't take very much for me at all. Like, give me a wine cooler, and by the time that wine cooler is finished, I'm woo! And I'm a goofy drunk. I'm a very, very goofy drunk, and I'm liable to start singing at any moment. Just start singing.
Well, I don't even need that. I'll start singing just for no reason either.
I mean, generally, if I'm in a good mood, I'll jukebox. Like something you say will remind me of a song, and I will generally think of that song, and sometimes I'll say it out loud. But I generally won't sing. But like when I'm drunk, I'm gonna sing, and I'm gonna sing for real, out loud, in front of people.
In front of people. It don't matter.
Don't matter. No matter who. Yeah, it's funny. So how's fatherhood?
Oh, it is getting more interesting by the day. So he turned 3 March 7th. And let's see, he's told me I pay the bills, not you, Dad. I pay the bills. Yeah.
Word,
Yeah, I pay the bills. Then he said, okay, Dad, I'm Dad and you're the boy. All right, Dad?
word.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand what that entails? So that means you got to wear the big pants. I'm gonna go get some pants. I'm gonna put them on you. If they engulf you, these are not your pants. So they don't belong to you, which means you don't get to wear the big pants.
Yep. You go deal with the people. I'll go to daycare for you. That's fine. You go ahead. You go to work.
For real, go to work, please. Pretty please. I'll go to daycare, nigga, get some snacks and get to learn my ABCs. I'll do the ABCs. Have you seen the video of the dude who teaches his class the ABCs using corn?
No.
Bruh, somebody shared that with me. It was like just something random I saw on Facebook. But yeah, that dude. And then the dude was super overjoyed because I guess it went viral a little bit, and then Jonathan Davis shared it.
Oh.
And he was super fucking happy about that.
Let's see. And then we got a dog since the last time we talked. We got a puppy. So that's just been the light of the day every day. Love.
What kind of dog?
A golden doodle.
Golden doodle. So like a golden retriever but small?
She will be medium size, so they 40 pounds. So yeah, golden retriever and poodle.
Golden retriever and poodle. So that means loyal but an asshole, like Snooty, she gonna eat her dog food with her dog pinky out and shit.
Yeah, she won't. I'm gonna eat it when I'm ready to eat it, not when you give it to me.
When they do that, does it keep the hyperallergenic of the poodle, or does it? It does.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed, but yeah, she doesn't shed. I don't have allergies like that, but I got recommended. Let me tell you the story. As a matter of fact, so when we bought our house, that's another thing that happened. I don't think we had bought the house last time I was on. So we bought a house into December. One of my things when we get the house, I want a dog. You got all these cats. We have 3 cats. I'm I'm black. I don't really do cats. I need me a dog. So the missus sent me a link. Oh, this dog is kind of cute, don't you think? Okay, I look. Yeah, it's kind of a cute dog. I asked about it. Almost got scammed for the dog. Almost got scammed for $600 for this dog.
Wow.
Yeah. So then I'm like, well, dang, now everybody's all juiced about this dog. The boy, I've been showing the picture to the kid, showing the missus, this, that. So I got to find a real one. Okay, $600 can scam for a dog versus $25 for a real dog. So yeah, good thing I had money. We had money for moving, and part of the moving cost was to get the dog. But love me, her Artemis.
Where?
Yep.
Okay.
She's my fierce little girl. She's a fierce girl. That's what I say. Ferocious.
Okay. Artemis based off of Artemis is Greek, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Artemis based off of Ready Player One Artemis.
The goddess.
Okay, word up.
And not Artemis Fowl either.
Okay. I don't know about Artemis Fowl. I've heard of Artemis Fowl, but it's one of those things to where it's you see it when you're on Disney Plus, and I'm like, all right, cool.
It was cool.
Next.
I watched because it had the brother from not the jungle, but the zoo. I knew that. Okay.
Uh-huh. But you said the brother from the zoo?
The zoo. Yeah. Did you ever watch that show where the animals became sentient?
Oh yeah, when the animals said "fuck y'all niggas," like
Yeah.
the animals basically saying "fuck y'all" to everybody. Animals is just like we're not gonna take it with the cowbell. We're not gonna take it.
Yep.
No, we ain't gonna take it. Like, yeah, I watched the first season. I ain't watched anything past there. But the brother from Zoo was also in what's that movie that I really liked, and I really liked the books, but then everybody hated to do because he was anti-gays. Ender's Game.
Oh, see, I did not. I didn't watch the Ender's Game. I haven't seen that. I haven't listened to it either.
Orson Scott Card.
Yes, Orson Scott Card is not a friend to the gays. And when they were trying to do that whole thing with some sort of proposition in California, he donated a pretty decent sum of money to push that shit through. Apparently, yeah. So apparently, he is not a friend to the gays, and they kind of came after him online and shit like that. And then they was just like, well, I guess, this movie bombed because you're not a friend to the gays. So I guess we're not going to make any more of these because like the movie has a ending where like the story ends and then another story starts, but they never got to the rest of the story.
Like,
so, yeah, it's fucked up, but it's fucked up because I think I really like the story. I've listened to the majority of the books, like all of the Ender series and the Ender Shadows series. I listen to a lot of those on audiobook. And those are pretty decent books. But if you haven't seen Ender's Game, you should do that. If you don't know the twist, I'll say that. If you don't know the twist, watch that shit. Because when the twist happens, you're like, whoa, for real?
Should I listen to it first or watch the movie first?
The movie is pretty close. They cut out a lot, but in order to completely understand the movie, you have to listen to 2 books.
Oh.
Because most of the stuff, it follows Ender's Game, the book, pretty closely. But the way that they introduce Bean into the situation, you have to know a little bit about Ender Shadow because Ender Shadow is from the perspective of Bean. It follows like him leading up to going to that school, and then like everything that's happening with him at the same time, everything is happening with Ender. They're kind of companions. You can go in with just Ender's Game, the book, but I would say, here's what I would say. I would say watch the movie first. If it interests you, then read the book or listen to the audio book because it fills in a lot of places.
Okay.
Because of course they had more time. It's kind of like the Harry Potter.
I mean, it's also not a TV show. I've always said that TV shows are the best way to like adapt a book because they have the time to like delve into everything. You know?
Yeah, because like Harry Potter, like I like the movies. I love the books because they have to cut out so much of the book. Like one of the movies, what is it? The one with the tournament. Shit.
The was it tournament?
Yeah. Yeah, that one. Like the first third of that book is just gone. Nothing. That shit is not in the movie at all. The first third, and that's a thick ass book. The first third of that book is not nowhere. It doesn't exist in the movies at all.
Yep.
And they just go straight to the meat. They go straight to the meat, which isn't bad, but like when you start getting into like the politics of it all and like the stuff with the house elves being like, being the niggas of the situation, like there's a whole lot there. And then I know at one point Rashani and Nikki were doing a show. They were doing a podcast, and it was called Hermione and Lavender Were Black.
Why you got to bring Lavender into the situation?
because she was black in the first movie, and then all of a sudden she's a blonde. I mean, she's a redhead white girl in the other movies. This is clearly the same character. All of a sudden, she's just a different person. Kind of like the Batman thing, where like in like the Batman movie, you know, Harvey Dent was played by Billy D. Williams. And then all of a sudden, Harvey Dent is Tommy Lee Jones. And how did this happen? Like, was Billy D not available?
But I don't know if the Tim Burton ones are in the same universe as those last couple of movies.
I'm just saying. Nigga was Billy D.
Yeah, I know. I would have loved this. I've always thought, man, I wonder how Billy D would have played Two-Face. I just wanted to see that, just out of curiosity, you know?
Oh, if you want to see, like, goofy Billy D, watch the cutscenes of the Command and Conquer shit that he's in. He plays in one of the Command and Conquer. You know, Command and Conquer has full motion cutscenes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's like,
Earl Jones is in one of them.
Yeah, they got some people in some of those Command and Conquer games, and it's like, how the fuck did you get like? The fuck did you get?
It seems weird now to be like, how did you get this or how did you get that? But I mean, Command and Conquer were like the shit. I mean, that was like the Call of Duties of that time period. I mean, they were like big games. So yeah, in the future, they'll be like, how did Destiny get these people?
Right.
You know, I still am like, how did Destiny get these people?
Yeah, for real, because like, I mean, they got some names, but then again, if you notice, a lot of those people who play in Destiny, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them have done voices for the Halo games.
Yeah.
And that's why they got them for Destiny, because they had already done work with Bungie.
True. Okay.
That's how I saw it. That's how I saw it. Like so they knew some people. Yeah. And then they also had like a real kinship with people who had played and stuff by Joss Whedon. I know Joss Whedon is like, his name is Mud right now, but like if you look at like shows like Firefly and like Buffy and stuff like that, a lot of those people that played in those shows have been in Bungie games. They've just been like, you know, random soldier that you run across, but like there's been some names.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You got anything, Chase, about what's been going on, or we about to get into some stuff?
Well, on Thursday I went to a funeral. It was my last grandparent, so I have no more grandparents. But she wasn't grandma for a long time. She had the dementia, so dementia's a little bit different than like Alzheimer's, but it wasn't that she didn't know who we were. It's just she was like in the 50s.
Yeah.
But
my grandma when her dialysis was not working right, like if there was like a holiday or something like that and she couldn't go to dialysis on Monday, like sometimes on Monday because of the weekend, she would be like fucked up and like she would think that she was in like her old apartment. And like all of this stuff, like she would just completely not, she would be there with you, but she is not present. She is not in the present.
Right.
You know what I mean? She is physically with you, but she is not in the present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that does remind me of my other grandma before she passed. She always had like kidney things and stuff. And, so if you're around an older relative or whatnot and they kind of get out of their mind, but it's not really dementia or anything like that. It's weird to say, but it could be a UTI. I don't know why they affect elderly people that way, but my grandma, when she would get a UTI, there was one time she was like,
I've heard that.
The police are outside. They're just like murdering people. They're just gunning them down. And then we talked to her about it the next day, and she's like, I had the worst dream last night. And she wasn't dreaming. She was there thinking that all this horrible stuff was going on outside, like a war zone.
She imagined all of the things that Republicans fear. and they took down my flag.
But,
oh, North Carolina. Come on, that's funny right there. I don't care who you are. That's funny right there, bro. That's funny.
Yeah. But it was good. We had like a big dinner and barbecue and all that kind of stuff, and we yeah. It was really really cold that day, which is kind of weird being April.
Yeah, but it's like the whatchamacallit thing. You know, the Disney thing. You know, when someone dies, all of a sudden it's raining and no one knows why the fuck it's raining. But like we're in the fucking desert.
Or a mob movie. They're all their umbrellas and their long French coats.
Right. It's just like, why all was it? We're in the desert. Why the fuck did it just start raining? And why is it raining all day? Because we know typically when it rains in the desert, it rains for a short amount of time and then it's blue skies, nigga, like for the rest of the show, for like the rest of the day. It just rains for a little bit. But like not in Disney movies. The Mufasa died and it fucking rained forever. It rained until Simba came back. You know what I mean? Like, it was all of a sudden it got dark. Why is it dark here? Like, I get it. Like, you're trying to like convince me that things are bad, but like, that doesn't change the fact that we're in the desert.
Well, Scar can affect the weather. Because, I mean, when he walks, he like makes green smoke come out of the ground.
I mean, I guess. Like, it's just weird. I don't know. That stuff is just like super weird. I saw someone watch, I've been watching people do, reaction videos and someone did a Batman, versus Superman. And they were talking about, him being in that movie. Cause, you know, he played, in Batman versus Superman. He played Alfred in Batman versus Superman. And I was like, oh, he's playing Alfred? And I was like, no, that motherfucker is still Scar. Do not trust him. I don't give a fuck if he Alfred today. He might be Alfred today, but he is Scar forever. Fuck that dude. Scar forever. He is Scar forever. I don't care what he does. And I know it was just his voice. I don't give a fuck. I know what he looked like. That's Scar.
Mm-hmm. You know, so... You know, I can see a little bit of his chin and Scar.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're for real. I think so. I think that dude is Scar forever. You can't convince me. Like, and he's been in a lot of stuff. He's been in a whole lot of stuff. Sorry, he's still Scar.
Uh-huh. But yeah, that was going on. And then, you know, Good Friday, so I was out of work that day too. So I kind of had like I worked a couple hours. But,
are you still on that chill? Are you still on your chill part of your job?
Yeah. Well, the day wasn't chill. I had a rough day today, but the weekend was pretty cool. We've been doing a lot of spring cleaning, which, you know, that's pretty much what the pictures are about. You know, just kind of organizing. We're trying to declutter, so we got rid of our kitchen table, where we're trying to get rid of it. We have a nice chase. I mean, if it's, you don't really want to.
We have a nice chase.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really cool chair. You know, it's electric. You know, it goes back into basically a twin size bed and all.
Does it boogie woogie woogie?
If you want it to boogie woogie woogie, well, anything a boogie woogie if you want it to.
I mean, but you said it's electric.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know that song is about a vibrator? I just want to say that.
Yeah. But it's just too big for how our house is designed. Because we have a house, and I've recently learned...
The chase or the vibrator?
Both. I recently learned that the type of house that we have is called a ranch house. And what I always tell people is that it's a house, it's made out of bricks, it's a house, but it's laid out like a trailer. So like a lot of like types of furniture just don't fit right. And that's one of them. Because it's like a recliner that you can't put the feet up. So it's just long. And kitchen table, we never eat at it. We mostly eat at the bar or we'll eat in the living room. I said that last time. But it's just, and plus, now I'm here and I'm actually finally bought a desk. Like, it's the first desk I've ever bought in my life. I've always just they're like, you guys got a desk? Cool, I'll take that. So, I'm actually in front of my screen. It's not like concaved or anything. So.
Let's see. That's what that stimmy do. That stimmy be like, let me get the.
It ain't no stimmy.
Best,
I just got my stimmy just now.
Let me get the best desk you got. Let me get y'all got an L-shaped desk? Nah, nigga, I want the M-shaped desk. Let me get that M. I want the shit to come out on both sides. With a little thing in the middle for me to, I spread my legs and it sit right there in the middle, like a snare drum. You know what I'm saying? I want my keyboard to be like a snare drum, sit right between my legs. You know what I'm saying?
I want a desk where it's, the desk, the only thing that's upstairs is the desk. And I get into an elevator and I go up the elevator into a O, and that's my desk.
Oh, you want the Oval Office? Like the stimmy popping like that? I'm gonna get me an Oval Office. Like what kind of stimmy you got? Man, I'm getting the Oval Office.
I think I'm looking for a house. What kind of house? I think a White House, like the White House. I'm just gonna buy that.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed that the Fresh Prince house kind of looked like the White House?
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, let me get that one. It looked like the White House on the outside. But I do want an Oval Office. Like I'm gonna need that Oval Office, and be like, all right. I mean, I guess is that what you want? Yes, that's what I want. My stimmy is popping right now.
I want the Fresh Prince house.
That's right.
But I want
What was that? You had that thought, and then you were just like, maybe I shouldn't say that. It's like maybe I'm not gonna say this out loud, right? But listen to me close. But come here. I want to be able to go rabbit hunting in my backyard. Straight up rabbits. Just go get them shits from the pet shop, and I'm just gonna shoot them and pretend like I actually went rabbit hunting. Me and my dog, rabbit hunting. And then next time the stimmy come out, nigga gonna get some elk. And I'm gonna shoot him with bow and arrows like Ted Nugent. Make some rabbit jerky. Have you ever had rabbit jerky? I bet that shit is tender.
You only make about 3 strips of it.
Well, I can tell you're not a jerky eater because no jerky is tender.
No, I don't eat no jerky. But you never know. I mean, no jerky is tender. But have you had rabbit jerky though? Like that's the question. If you've never had rabbit jerky, you can't say that all jerky is not tender because you've never had the rabbit one, right?
Yeah, but a tender meat already will become tough when you dry it out. That's what I'm saying. Like the point.
That's why you got to get the rabbit. The rabbit defies expectations, bro.
Maybe.
You can tell I've never had jerky before. Like I've never had. I don't understand the pack. I don't understand jerky. I don't understand the point of jerky. See, turkey jerky. Like my man got some turkey jerky.
Have you seen the perky jerky?
Yes, I have.
I don't understand the point of jerky. I don't get it. Like, why do I want to dry out my meat?
It's more like a instead of having something like a sweet like a sucker, it's basically like a meat sucker. It's just something you can like snack on. This
meat sucker just sounds nasty, bro. In more ways than one. Like it sounds nasty, like it sounds like it doesn't taste good, but it also sounds fucking disgusting. Like a meat sucker, like I mean,
it's like chewing gum, but meat gum.
Meat gum. Like that doesn't sound appetizing at all.
Like amalgam of nasty meat just pressed together onto a stick.
That would be a corn dog.
But
you just put some pancake around it. Like,
yeah,
put some pancake around some jerky and see what happens.
a breakfast treat. Dip it in some syrup.
Know what I mean?
There you go. That's something for the fair. Deep fried.
I mean, I've seen some stuff at fairs. Like, I haven't been to a lot of fairs because, I don't really like leaving the house. But I've seen like gator bites and stuff like that at places like
I've never had gator, but I'm not gonna knock it, but I've just never had the opportunity to eat it.
outside of chicken. I don't eat nothing that has the name of the animal in the food. Like, I will eat pork chops. I won't eat pig anything. You know what I mean? Like, if it says pig something, I'm out. If it says pork, I'm cool. But and then beef. Like, beef is cool. Like, any variant of beef is cool, or steak or something like that. But if you call it cow something, I'm out.
Cow tongue.
Yeah, see? All of the stuff that has the name of the animal in it is not the part you really want to be eating.
But cow patty is a burger.
No. That's a hamburger.
If you ate one of those, then you got some problems. You need to talk to somebody. They lied to you.
Yeah, if a cow patties, that's like...
Well, why is a hamburger called hamburger when it doesn't have ham?
Because it was made by a dude named Hamburger. It was created by a dude named Hamburger.
Yeah. Just like Frankfurter made the other one. They get together and make...
No, I think that's the truth.
Yeah.
Just like the sandwich is called sandwich because it was a nigga named the Earl of Sandwich that came up with the idea. Like, for real. Like, it's named after a dude. If I'm not mistaken, hamburger might be a little bit different, but I know sandwich is named for a nigga named Earl of Sandwich.
When you really think about it, hamburger does sound German as hell. Yeah,
see, it does. Like, it sounds like, it's the Duke of Hamburger. You know what I mean? Like, the Duke of anything always sounds like a cool ass dude, right? The Duke of anything. You could be the Duke of anything. Like, you could be the Duke of North Carolina, and that makes you sound like a cool fucking dude. Like,
because you got a little bit of notoriety, but you don't have enough of a responsibility to make you a hard ass.
You know what I mean? Like, the Duke of Birmingham. Like, that sounds fucking dope. It sounds like a dope ass fucking thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Earl of Birmingham doesn't sound very cool, but the Duke of Birmingham sounds fucking dope. The Duke of anything sounds cool.
It's true.
Yeah.
The Duke of anything. That is the show title.
But you don't eat turkey?
No, I do not. I don't even like chicken unless it's fried.
Well, I don't really either, but I'll eat grilled chicken because it's healthier, but I would prefer it fried.
Yeah, I'm just not a
chicken,
fan.
Like there's a lot of people that love chicken, but I think chicken, it has to be prepared a certain way. If it's just plain, like say boiled piece of chicken, it's really the nastiest shit ever. Like, it's got nasty texture. It's got nasty flavor. You gotta flavor it.
That shit smells disgusting, too. Have you ever noticed how, like, boiled chicken smells? Like, baked chicken, like, occasionally my girl will make some baked chicken, but I'm like, yo, put some barbecue sauce on that bitch. Like, before we do anything, let's put some barbecue sauce on it. Like, let's do something to this. Cause I can't just take it straight. Like, she does all this stuff, pussy season on, put some lemon pepper and all this kind of stuff. Like, no, cut all that out. Just put some barbecue on that. Put some barbecue on mines.
Yep.
I can't do it without it.
I don't want any meat that has a bone. I can't do it. I don't want bone meat.
You want a bone meat? You can eat them like chicken?
I don't want it.
No wings?
You don't?
Nope. Boneless wings. That's it. I don't want to deal with it. I'm too lazy. I work hard. I don't want to work for my food. I just want to eat it.
Boneless wings are just like nuggets with their pinky out. You know what I mean? Like, it's
that pinky's getting eaten because that pinky doesn't have a bone.
Yeah, well, boneless wing is like a chicken tender, but you just cut it up.
Yeah, it's like chicken nuggets and chicken tenders and like they just wanted to be special. You know what I mean? Like, well, we're not like them. we're boneless wings. We are not chicken nuggets, and we are not chicken tenders. We are boneless wings.
Yep. We have lofty dreams here.
Well, what do they taste like?
It's chicken chunks, basically.
They taste boneless.
I don't want ribs. I don't want to have to eat the bone. I don't want crab. None of that.
Well, ribs.
You don't like no ribs, dog?
Ribs, my way, you can just take the bones out and then eat it like barbecue.
I'll eat it, but I'm not going out of my way to get anything to have to do with ribs. I don't want to deal with it.
What about a McRib?
There's no bone in it, so I'm good. I'll take that.
I'm with you, dog.
Well, what if I made ribs, I took the bone out, and then gave you the plate of meat?
I'm good with that, too. Thank you. Can I burn it with brisket as well? I'm happy.
Oh, man, I just had the best fucking sandwich. Like, there's a barbecue place near us, and we've been there before, but we don't go often because they're a little pricey, but they're called the Redneck Barbecue Lab. And it's
not a place we're going.
But it's like North Carolina barbecue, but they twist it in certain ways. And what's weird is it's funny. You would think, well, the patrons would be like rednecks and stuff, but it's actually kind of like a hipster type place. But anyway, the burger. The sandwich I had, it's a brisket sandwich with collard greens on it, and it's the fucking shit. It's so good.
It's fun. People, get you some collards.
That sounds like the most hood-ass sandwich I have ever heard. That sounds like a hood-ass sandwich. He's like, oh, I got a good sandwich right here. Put some collard greens on that shit, dog. Yeah, it's got collard greens on it. Let's go get that. It's in a place called Redneck something. It got collard greens on it. I'm there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was funny. Last time we were there, they were playing country versions of Nirvana songs. So it's like they're playing songs that they wanted to play, but then they were playing them like versions that their patrons might like. So it's like it's kind of I don't know. They're interesting.
I mean, What You Call It is really close. Come As You Are is really close. Like you change that guitar line to a fucking steel guitar or a banjo, and you can do the rest of that song exactly the way it is.
Yeah.
So let somebody slide a little bit on it. You know what I mean? Use the little slide guitar, but like we're not using slides around here. We're just going to use a beer bottle, like you know what I mean, like that type of thing. But Come As You Are, which is one of my least favorite Nirvana songs. But it already sounds like it could be that. That down 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 down. You see, you got to put a little twang on it. The moment you put a little twang on it, it sounds. And I didn't. None of the notes are different. All I did was put a twang on it. You know what I mean? Is doom 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 doo 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 doo. You just down 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 down. Like that's all you got to do. Put some twang on it, and that song works. I don't know how Teen Spirit works as a country song. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody's tried it.
Especially on YouTube. There's like YouTube channels like dedicated to like. Have you heard this song? But it's polka.
Yeah, it's like, have you heard Come As You Are? Has you heard Come As You Are on country? Huh? It's like, fuck out of here, dude. I don't need that. But you know what? You know what a song that I would love to hear a country version of it? Bodies. Let the bodies hit the floor. Country version.
It would probably sound a lot like the Garth Brooks song that I was making fun of on Facebook the other day.
I mean, Billy Ray Cyrus did a really shitty version of "Mama Said Knock You Out," so I guess anything is possible.
Oh, the Friends in Low Places or whatnot.
Oh yeah, there's a white people anthem. There's like a couple songs that all white people know and all white people will sing, especially if there's alcohol involved. I got friends in low places, living on a prayer, and don't stop believing.
Well, I had mixed up. I meshed the beginning of that song's lyrics with "Roots Bloody Roots" by Sepultura. So it's like blame it on my roots, bloody roots, because I came in with my boots, bloody boots.
I have no idea what you're talking about, dog. I'm just gonna take your word for it.
They're a Brazilian metal band.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course. You know what kind of metal is that?
Brazilian metal.
This is Brazilian metal. Like there's not like a black death suicide metal. Like it's always something weird like that with y'all. This is black death suicide. Like you know what I mean?
They changed
Black plague metal.
This is COVID metal. Do you think COVID metal is going to come out this year?
Should I invent it?
You should. I would totally do that. I would totally be like, yo, this is COVID metal. This is metal that came out of my mind while I was stuck here on COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, and to just basically write the lyrics to all of the weird shit you were saying when you were really fucked up. I'm pretty sure she remembers what you said, right? Write all of that shit down, and those are your lyrics.
Okay.
And as long as you growl them shits, like it ain't got a rhyme.
Nope.
Just do your growling voice. That's what it all sounds like to me. I don't know. I don't know. It all sounds like that to me. It sounds like a really, really fat person is in the process of trying to figure out how to throw up. Like, you know what I mean?
Actually,
like,
I messed up. No, I didn't. I got two things mixed up after the fact. I mixed up Sepultura and Soulfly, but it actually was Sepultura with Roots. But anyway, same dude.
Same dude?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take your word. All right, so we want to get into some stuff, man. I know Cam said that he had a list. I don't have anything new, so I can't really talk about anything. I was going to play Outriders. This is one of the downfalls of Game Pass. I know it's there, so I don't have to rush. So
yeah,
I
still haven't finished Outer Worlds.
Yeah, same thing.
It's not a very long game either.
I played Outer Worlds for about 2 hours, and I was like, okay, I'll come back to this, and I've never been back.
But yeah, Outriders, I played the demo, and I kind of digged it a little bit, but then I was thinking about picking it up for PC if it was any good, and then have her play on the Game Pass or whatnot. I mean, like, it's crossplay. It'd be great to have a crossplay game. And it seems that the full game isn't really hitting on much. So.
Yeah, the crossplay was causing problems. Now, if within like the PC with the people who are on Steam and the people who are on Epic, they are able to crossplay just fine.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are on the different consoles can crossplay just fine. It's just the PC to console crossplay is not working very well.
Right. But it's just unfortunate because like every time how many has there been anything that's like groundbreakingly awesome that has came out in like the last 5 years other than like God of War or something that people liked a lot?
But we've talked about this. Like, the innovation in gaming is stagnant as fuck right now. It's just super stagnant because the conversation shifted to a conversation about power, and it's about who has the most powerful machine, not what your powerful machine can do. It's just like people just want to talk about how many P's you got on your screen or how many frames you can run your game at. And like, yeah, those are cool fucking things if the game is any good. And there's people going back and forth because now fucking MLB The Show is going to be on Game Pass.
Yeah.
and like shit like that, where it's just like the back and forth between people who are still like Sony versus Microsoft when it should be like gamers versus these companies who are getting the fuck over on us.
Yeah, because like it's weird because like Sony's still in fucking 2009, and Xbox is all services, and so it's like neither one of them are like kind of wanting to forward.
I mean, the only thing Microsoft was pushing forward is Game Pass.
Yeah, but then with the Game Pass, it's like if something goes on Game Pass and people are like, "Oh man, this sucks," it's like, well, it was on Game Pass, whatever, So you would think that, and it's kind of been proven in the past little while that things would come out on Game Pass and be lackluster, and nobody really cares about it because, well, it's on Game Pass. They didn't pay $60 for it, so they don't care. So I hope that doesn't stagnate things.
I don't know how we get out of this. I think there needs to be.
Well, for one, I don't think the new consoles should have released when they did, right in the middle of a pandemic.
I mean, technically, they released when we thought that the pandemic was starting to be not a thing, because that's right around the time when they launched is right around the time where the vaccines really started being a thing. So we thought that maybe this would be the start of us coming out of this. But
yeah, but the time when they were the mostly available was when they first launched. We thought that like, oh, if we wait a little bit, then we can get them, and now it's even worse than it was before. So.
Yeah, it's super bad. I mean, I haven't gotten one. I'm probably not getting one anytime soon. I don't truly feel like I'm missing anything. The only problem that I have is if I'm playing The Division, which pretty much the only game that I've been playing this lately. Whenever the game loads, I'm always the last person to finish fucking loading. Like always. Even when I was playing Outriders, I was playing with Blue. When I was playing the demo, I played with Blue and Ace, and they were like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "I'm at 9%, dog."
That thing takes like 5 seconds to load.
See,
20% to 85% to done. Boom.
See, so I don't really have much else to talk about other than the stuff that I've already talked about a million times with the divisions, both of them. So I will digress to y'all. Y'all can talk about games.
What you been playing, Cam?
Outriders and the Medium. So Outriders, I started my the Trickster class. I feel like, so I downloaded the demo, but I never played the demo. I thought I was going to be a little bit more able to like get in and get out, and where I'm at level wise, I think I'm 7 only right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you do your special to get in behind people, but then you're kind of stuck there. Like I don't have a move to get out of the danger quick. So that's my only real complaint about it, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's had me put down Destiny, which is more than any other game has done in years. So I'm enjoying it, especially for a game that is free, and it got me to turn my Xbox back on. I haven't turned my Xbox on in forever.
Yeah, I thought that the demo was fun. I liked at first because that prologue I think is way too long, but so some people may be out before it even gets started. But once you kind of get powers and stuff, and you start kind of play, especially if you play in co-op and you're kind of using combos with each other, it gets really fun. But it can, the problem with these games is always the end game. Like they'll start out strong, and then the end game is like, what do I do now?
Apparently, the end game is trash. But then again, almost all of these games, I mean, this isn't a live service game like The Division or Destiny or something like that. It's more akin to Borderlands. But as I understand it, the people who've made it to the end game said the end game is trash. But then again, they're all trash in the beginning. Every single one of them the end game is trash.
I mean, how you gonna have end game in the first week? You know what I mean?
Yeah, people. I mean, one of the people I follow on YouTube, He did. He's from the UK, but he did his country's version of Extra Life, and most of his Extra Life was playing Outriders. So they got to the end game pretty much during that stream. Like, you know what I mean? So like I mean, like they got close to the end game during that stream, and streaming the game at other points and stuff like that. They're already at the end game, and they're like, well, there's these expeditions, but like it's not really doing very much for me.
Well, then their main story is just too short. Because even with like Borderlands, like even if you don't get into the end game of like doing all the grinding and stuff that you would do for Borderlands, which I have actually never done in Borderlands really, other than in the first game. I did it in the first game, but but just getting to the end of the game is like at least 20 or 30 hours. It seems like these games, like the main story is like maybe 12. You know, like gotta have a little bit more meat to that. But they did a good job at like having gameplay first, because the gameplay is good. It just needs to.
Yeah, they really need to convince you in the beginning. Once your powers start, stop taking cover. Like they really need to tell you. Because most of the people ran through the demo and was like, I didn't really like this. Were you in cover a lot? Yes, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's people's problem with Outriders is like once you have your powers, you're supposed to be doing the things that make your powers work for you, and that requires you to get away from cover.
Yeah, I think the problem with it taught people to use cover in that prologue, because in that prologue it's all times without your powers, and that prologue is an hour long.
Yeah, I went through it 3 times. Well, no, 2 times. I went through it twice.
But yeah, I've been still playing Valheim, and I made a server in the missus, and we kind of went through and did that thing.
Okay, somebody was on Valheim instead of actually being here.
Well, I didn't realize that because you were like, let's postpone it for a different day. I was like, cool.
No, I meant postpone the time, push it back to 10, not postpone it. And so like you said this, and then like you completely went away from your phone. So like I'm having a conversation with Cam when he responded to you, and then I sent you the message in our chat, and you're not getting those messages either. So like I'm sending you messages when the show starts. Like, we good? And then so I literally, people listening, I literally had to log into Steam to send him a message and be like, dude, look at your fucking phone.
Yeah.
Because I called him twice before I realized I had to go to Steam.
Yeah, that shit's an addictive game, man. And it's funny because I was playing again to like see if it worked on her laptop, and I started actually playing again, and my thing was I'm gonna take a break from it and play Mass Effect 3, because that was I told her, I was like, I kind of want to play Mass Effect 3 on my new monitor and stuff when everything's set up, and then here I am fucking playing Valheim again. I don't know.
Why don't you play Mass Effect now when the collection is about to come out?
Because
I know for her that's
I'm
the
a
thing.
madman.
Yeah, you're not. You're special.
Is it going to be available for the Game Pass people day one, or is
that part I don't know, because the it might be a time trial,
because it's on EA Play or whatever too, right? Like that.
Yeah, but they haven't said whether it's a trial on EA Play or whether it's just coming out on EA Play.
Yeah, because because that same thing happened with a game that I was talking about last time. That I said it was on EA Play, but it's not, which is It Takes Two. That Joseph Eller's game or whatnot, the same guys that did the game that you play with Pooh Bear. It's not on EA Play yet.
Jedi Fallen Order did not come immediately to EA Play, even with the demo. The trial. It took a long time for Jedi Fallen Order to come on EA Play. So, don't know. It's just that whole situation is just weird. I'm just like, all right, I already paid my money, so I ain't worried about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of
It
like,
don't even
okay.
seem like there's any rhyme or reason, because I was like, well, maybe it's shorter single player things that they don't put on there right away, but then they put a way out on there right away. I'm like, okay, well, why this? So maybe they just throw darts and whatever the dart hits, that's what they're putting on EA Play.
Maybe because A Way Out didn't sell like they wanted it to.
Well, how'd they know
And
that
it's
if they put it? They put it immediately on EA Play, I thought.
No, I thought it was a trial. I didn't think it was immediate. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, we both could be mistaken, but I don't know. It seemed like it was pretty. At least it was pretty close to when it came out. And I thought that sold pretty well because I mean they made another game.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't make another A Way Out.
Made another.
So that's the thing.
Way in.
They made another co-op game. Yeah. All right, keep going.
But yeah,
we keep sidetracking.
But yeah, been doing that. I mean, I almost like want to get it for you just so play together. I want some other people to play with other than my brother and friends.
If they had an Xbox version, I would try it.
That's the only way you would try it?
I think so. I don't really want to play games on my PC. I never got a chance to upgrade my PC.
Oh yeah, but Valheim's like for well, actually the
Nah, son.
Not son, what?
You're not about to get me on this shit. Nope.
I was just saying that the install is like 500 megabytes.
Yep.
It's all
I'm not playing on my.
All procedurally
I'm not playing on
generated.
PC. I'm not playing on PC. Sorry.
You play with your controller.
Nah, son. There ain't no games being played on my PC right now. Even the games that I love, that I know I can run on my PC. Not playing on my PC. I only use my PC for like
Steam Link.
Nah, and I got one too. Nah, son. It's not gonna happen. But let's move on from Valheim.
I dipped my toe into the medium too. I played about maybe 2 hours of it.
Yeah.
It's very walking simulator-esque more than I thought it would be. I thought there'd be like actual action you could do, and there's really not a whole lot of like. I thought more like Resident Evil style.
Well, I think it moves around like Resident Evil style, but there's not actual. I think it's more akin to like you ever played like Fatal Frame, but even Fatal Frame you would use the camera to basically as a gun, but so,
or like tower type game, sort of like that.
Well, maybe it's like a little bit closer to like Outlast because there are some parts to where you are running from that thing, so you can die, but it's just not actual combat.
Right. Yeah. So it's fun. I plan on finishing it, but I just haven't gone back to it yet with Outriders being my new thing, and Destiny had Iron Banner, so I went back to that. So that's pretty much it. I've been playing. I've been more so watching more stuff because
I'm sure Iron Banner was completely broken with the the new power or whatever.
Yeah, the
Stasis.
Not dark. Yes, yeah. It's less fun, but I mean, what it is. Ever since I upgraded though, ever since I got the PS5, I've been worse at PvP. I don't know if it's too sensitive or like the 120 frames per second is too hard on me or something. I don't know, but I just have
drift?
not. No, I haven't experienced any of that. I think it's like sensitive, like the screen blur when you try and turn it is a little bit too much or something. I don't know, but my skills have not been as sharp.
That's interesting. Because you should be better with the higher frame rate.
Yeah, you would think, but maybe I just need that little bit of muck on the screen to keep me good. But it's been fun. I've just been, like I said, watching stuff lately. Everything I consume, I've been up on it.
Yeah, it's funny. My brother's friend would play Halo and completely on with the sensitivity turned all the way down, and just on everybody, and they're like moving like a snail. You know what I mean? But I don't know. People just have their quirks that
Yeah, I've just been too lazy. I think if I moved it down a little bit, okay. I don't want it to be like super duper slow, like slow motion, but a little bit slower. I think I'll be better.
Right. All right. I think we're good, Scar.
Okay, y'all want to talk about what y'all been watching? I haven't really been watching anything new. I've just been watching the same old stuff. But I will say, Falcon and Winter Soldier is getting real interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm caught up.
There's one of my coworkers keeps saying that, well, not saying, but he brought up something that I didn't really think about, but like every episode kind of has like a little like racial sensitivity moment, like when they were in the hood and he was, are you bothering him? Is this man bothering you? And I was like, man, this is like Men in Black, dude. They should have shot the white dude. We're in the hood and the white dude is arguing with the black guy. Who's wrong? This is the ghetto here. Come on, man.
Right.
But I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
That whole thing where the police just kind of rolled up on them, it was like, yo, that's just wild because they was just talking in the middle of the street, and then all of a sudden, the police just rolled up on them. Was like, we got a problem here, like, you know what I mean? Like, whoa! It's like no. Why does nobody recognize Falcon?
Right.
It's not like he's done anything to hide his face. He doesn't wear a mask. The only thing he wears when he's flying is he wears some fucking goggles. And that's it. He wears goggles.
He just got done on that seat at the whatever the museum or something like that. And then you don't know who he is. Come on now.
Yeah, he just did a full dedication of Captain America. Who doesn't watch that dedication? That shit is probably on every channel.
Mm-hmm. I like how it's a little bit faster paced too than WandaVision. Like WandaVision, or like I don't really understand what's happening, but and then it paid off. But this one's like, okay, I'm in it, and then every episode feels like a little movie. Like I'm always like, why is it?
And plus,
over
it's almost an hour versus one, and the other one was like actually it was less than 20 minutes because it had those long ass credits. It was like 15 minutes.
Those WandaVision credits was like a half an hour by itself.
Mm-hmm. I did like a bit of the next episode though in WandaVision. They don't really give you little after credit sneak peeks of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Well, at least not yet. They didn't do it at first, and so they may start upcoming.
Yeah, it's cool though. I dig it. And the trailer for Loki just came out, and I'm like, ooh, that looks like super interesting. I didn't understand what that was going to be at first, but now I'm like super interested in Loki.
I need to watch that trailer. Isn't it the jumping off point when he escaped with the?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, almost as soon as he escapes, they capture him.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's what the trailer makes it seem like. I don't know if it's like exactly when, but at one point during the trailer, they have him in the Tesseract. It was like, bruh. ever since you and the Tesseract did y'all thing, shit's been fucked up. You need to do something about this.
And then what else did I watch? Attack on Titan. Are you guys a fan?
I haven't watched it.
Oh man,
I don't watch very much anime at all. So.
It hits all the notes. So that Attack on Titan and Seven Deadly Sins are my anime jam. But like the thing about Attack on Titan, the main dude's name is Eren, and he sucked the whole like season 1, 2, and 3, just terrible. Anytime he'd go against anybody that was similarly skilled, he'd get his butt whipped. Season 4, oh my goodness, season 4, he is that dude. It's ridiculous, man. He basically gets under a building with his enemy and is like, I dare you to transform right now, because if you transform into a Titan, you're going to kill all these people. Oh, you won't? I will. And so he's like, yeah, he just pops out, and then like this dude is giving a speech, grabs him up, eats him. Oh man, it's what everything I wanted it to be. It finally is. And it's supposed to be the final season, but they're extending it out to like another 16 episodes. So they're just going season 4, part 2 instead of season 5. But yeah, he is that guy, and the way that it ends is like he gets the power of another Titan, and he hasn't used it yet. So this is the second time in the season that he's transformed into a Titan, and it's about to go down. It's about, I'm here. Oh, love it.
Word.
That's been my big thing that I watched. And what else? Coming to America 2. Finally watched that. That was
I liked it. I know nothing can come close to the original, but I think a lot of that is nostalgia
I'm pretty
for
sure
people.
they weren't trying to beat.
There's a lot of callbacks. There's a ton of callbacks, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it all. I enjoyed myself with it. Will I watch it again anytime in the near future? Probably not. But if I'm just kind of chilling, and I was like, you know what? I feel like giggling right now because there's times where I laughed at a few things. So it might be a thing.
I feel like they could Tiana Taylor a little bit better, but they could have maybe put her in the role of the girl or whatever, so it could have ended with her. But it is what it is. And then
Nah, she played the role that she was meant to play. she played the fuck out of that role.
She did. I just would have liked to see more of her.
No, we saw enough. I mean, if we would have seen more of her, it would have been a different type of movie.
The what's his name? Her dad, the tax evader, Wesley Snipes.
What's his name?
I'm like, man, that was like, want to get some money? Here, I got some money for you. Come get this role.
He made that movie. He was hands down the best actor.
The way he slipped up in there, like did a little slide.
Hands down. And he was the only one that had a consistent accent.
That's true. That is true.
Everybody else's accent just kind of came and went.
And please tell me that Cal is really going to be okay with this. I don't think so.
I didn't hear that. Say that one more time.
Lisa McDowell is not going to be okay finding out that information. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Got to get out there. We didn't know.
Yeah, you're breaking up like super bad. I have no idea what you just said.
Lisa McDowell.
Okay.
She would not be okay with him having a random kid.
I think it was one of those situations to where she was already like comfortable in her role, and like this was before they met, so it was kind of like I could be mad at you, but I'm more mad at what this means for our children. Mm-hmm. I think that's what it was. Like, I think this, like you have this dude that you're bringing in here and you're using him to your advantage, but our daughter trained for this.
Yeah.
And now she's out and he's in. I think that is the part that made her upset. But like, she the queen. What she got to worry about?
She's still fine.
Yes, she aged very well.
Leslie Jones, not so much.
I mean, Leslie Jones has always been Leslie Jones. Like, she's
also true.
She's always been her. I like her though. She seems like somebody to really hang out with. She does not seem like somebody that I really would like to like be with, but like just to like be around and just kind of hang out and go bowling or something with. You know what I mean? Like she seems like she would be like the perfect person to do some shit like that with.
Go catch a Knicks game.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Get your son to get us some tickets to the Knicks game.
Godzilla versus King Kong.
I have zero interest.
Really? I just quite a bit. I didn't see any of the other ones leading up to it, but I thought it was good. It ended kind of the way I felt like it had to end, but it was.
Did Kong get his ass whooped?
Not really. No.
What?
He did, but he beat him more times than he lost.
Come on, dog!
Like a on-site fade every time they saw each other, and King Kong came out on top most of the time. He only got hit with the fire one time in his back, just real quick.
Bruh, let me tell you something. All right, if it was just a lizard versus if it was a big ass lizard versus a big ass monkey, then I'm going with the monkey. But if the lizard got superpowers, I'm rolling with the lizard, and the monkey ain't got no superpowers. Because last time I checked, the monkey ain't got no superpowers, right?
No, he does. He has like a magic, not a sword, but like an axe that like he could charge up with the power of Godzilla's fire burst.
What? When?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm not up on these movies. I like, I'm cool with like the Pacific Rim end of the things. Like, it's fucking robots, big ass robots fighting big ass monsters. I'm cool with that. I can roll with that. I can be down with that. And like, you can magically come up with some weird things for the fucking robots. So I'm cool with that. But like, just like the monkey got a magic axe. Come on, bro.
yep. Monkey.
I'm not, and like I said, I'm not up on these movies. These movies don't really interest me. I haven't seen a Godzilla movie since the one with the Puffy song.
Yeah, me too. I
Yeah,
missed all those other ones. The one with the Brian or whatever that I didn't watch any of those other ones in between.
I heard Bryan Cranston was barely in the fucking movie.
That's what I heard too. And then I was like, when I heard that, I'm like, well, I have reason to watch it now.
Yeah, fuck that. All right, what else you got?
We got Palmer. Has anyone seen Palmer? You heard
I've,
of it?
I've never heard of Palmer.
It is a Apple Plus movie starring Justin Timberlake.
Oh, that's why I haven't seen it.
It was very good. I did shed tears. Full
Is it
disclosure.
about him just like, hey, look at what I can do, and he just palms basketballs? Like, I'm the Palmer.
And the Chase original. Yes. Perfect.
If there was anything that would make me less interested in that, what this movie, I've never heard this movie before. You say Apple, that's strike one. Justin Timberlake, strike two. Chase is strike three. I'm out.
You are not a fan of JT the actor?
I can't remember watching him act in anything that I can think of. Have I ever seen him act?
Oh, there was that
You've
movie.
never seen Social Network?
I don't remember Social Network. I know I've seen it, but I barely remember that movie. I was bored. I was bored to tears.
There's that one time something with him and Olivia Wilde, where
Nope, never seen it.
a time to their life. That's really the thing that I. But
I had somebody explain that movie to me, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
well, this one is in ex-con. He starts out coming home from prison. He has to go live with his grandma, and on grandma's property is a lady and her who live in a trailer on the property, and the mom is a meth, and the son is likes to dress.
Oh, you start breaking up again.
The son likes to dress up
He likes to dress up.
like the uncle.
like a girl,
Oh,
Okay,
and
okay.
so the Justin Timberlake's grandma is always taking care of the little boy because the mom is just leaving for months at a time on like drug binges and just out there. And so the grandma passes away, so Palmer has to take care of the kid. And it sort of starts out with that whole small town South. You're a boy, why don't you be a boy? And then just being around time kind of starts to understand, and to where he wants to become the guardian of the kid because the mom is gone for so long. Then the mom comes back, and all kind of craziness ensues. But it was good. It was a good movie. Very much enjoyed it. If you can watch it, I would watch it. It's worth your hour and a half.
I'm gonna take your word on that.
And Boss Level was my last thing to watch. That was a silly movie, silly movie, but it was fun. A Hulu movie with Frank Grillo. Nobody.
I have Hulu, but I don't think I've ever seen this.
It's he keeps reliving the same day over and over. Every dies, he has to relive the day.
so
And
it's Groundhog Day.
Groundhog's Day, but with lots of guns and killing.
So it's Daybreak.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's Daybreak.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's just a fun, silly movie. if you have Hulu and you want something to put on when you're trying to go to sleep, you might want to throw that on. That's what I did. There's worse ways to spend the money because there's like times where he gets killed, where he gets like shot in the balls and stuff like that, or he gets cut off, and it's this sword master lady, and every time she kills him, she's like, "My name is like Chun Li, and Chun Li did this, whatever." Like every time she kills him, she says that. Oh my god, just get over with it. And like the main bad guy is Mel Gibson, or no, yeah, Mel Gibson, and
Sounds about right.
his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, whatever, is Naomi Watts. So it's pretty good.
It's funny, like it'd be like we did a documentary, a real life documentary on Hollywood. Well, the main bad guy is Mel Gibson.
And like every time he would kill him, he would give him the same speech about like, "Oh, you fought valiantly. I'm surprised you made it this far, and your life is worth this and that." And it's like, "Oh, like just kill me now. I hope I die before he gets."
I might actually check this out. It looks interesting.
Yeah, it's a fun little watch.
And that's that dude. I guess you said his name, but
Right.
I didn't
Thriller?
recognize. Yeah, I don't know him by his name.
Crossbow.
I know him by that motherfucker on Captain America. You know what I mean? Like I know that motherfucker.
Anybody?
The motherfucker in the elevator.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah. So I know him from that. I know the motherfucker in the elevator.
And that's everything I can think of right now. I'm sure there's other stuff too, but those are the main things that I consumed since last we spoke.
Okay, Chase, you got something?
Not that we've already talked about.
Right. Yeah, because I've only been watching the same things. I think I'm pretty much caught up on my DC TV, and I'm still watching Snowfall, but I'm watching it like little by little. Like it's one of those things to where it's like I'm not watching it on consistent, but so far it's really good. Like where I am, I'm still in the first season, and he just discovered crack. So this everything is starting to change a little bit. So this is interesting. And then of course I'm watching Oz because I do the Return to Oswald podcast with Brandon and Rashani. So I mostly my watching is like watching those things, but then like making sure that I watch the next Oz episode before we record again.
Yeah. Well, I did restart Stranger Things. I thought about like watching it again because if the new season comes out, it's been like 3 years, maybe 4 since the last season, so I probably forgot shit. I was like, might as well watch it again.
Yeah, they had production going, but they had to stop production because of COVID.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to come out last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So COVID fucked all that up.
Sean Astin dies, man.
Yo.
That's the only part. It's so sad.
Yo, when he got, I almost felt something, bro.
Because he ain't do nothing to nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
He was just a lovable guy.
He was gonna be a stepdaddy.
And I knew soon as he got introduced to that world, he was not long for it.
Said that ain't for you though.
Yeah.
That ain't for you.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
And when it's almost his fault. It's almost his fault. Like I won't put it all on him, but bruh, we are running. I suggest you run.
He just wasn't ready, man.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for all of this.
His worst day is the VCRs aren't working quite right at Radio Shack.
Right. So it'll be all right. I didn't watch it until recently. So I didn't watch any of Stranger Things until a couple months ago. So I can't talk about anybody like wanting to go back and watch it again and all that kind of stuff. You know what I want to watch? I kind of got kind of got an itch, and I kind of wanted to start watching more of the Purge movies. Because I only seen the first movie, and then I watched the TV show, or however much of the TV show that's on Hulu.
I mean, they're dumb, but I think they're more interesting than people think they are. I mean, they're pretty interesting, you know.
Yeah, I really like the show because my thing is, I wanted the show to discuss what happens the day after. Like, how do you go from I want to kill everybody and everything, and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna act a goddamn fool, to I got to go to work tomorrow.
It probably feels like, you know what Fred be popping off of on Facebook. You still got to work with him and like keep your mouth shut. It kind of probably feels like that, but on like 11.
Right. So
it's like Fred killed my mama.
So I don't know about the other movies, but the TV show kind of scratched that itch for me.
I haven't seen any of them, but I own one on Xbox. I don't know which one it is, but I own one.
Okay. I watched the first movie, and then I watched the TV shows. I watched a recap of the other movies, like a recap of like everything that happened to a certain point in the movies, just so I kind of had an idea, because some of the TV show is callbacks to the movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if you're only going to watch one, then the second one is pretty much the ultimate Purge movie because it has everything in it.
Really?
By you mean what?
That it goes more like the first one's more of a break-in movie, really, and then the second one goes more into it follows people actually out in the Purge. And I don't know if I don't know how many there are, but one of them it deals with like an election. I can't remember.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah. There's an election year. There's a Purge Anarchy. There's the original one, and then I don't know. I know that I really like the TV show. Mm-hmm. The first TV show, most of it was during the Purge. The second season had a lot to do with like people having to pick up the pieces after, and like, you know, motherfucker tried to kill you on Purge night, and you're trying to figure out why. You know, like that type of shit. Like it's, you know, it's, and like what, and like there's a thing in the second season where where someone is faced with a situation on Purge night, and you see what it does to him. What being in the middle of the situation and surviving Purge night from his perspective, and what that does to him. So yeah, it's really good. I don't think they're making any more of the TV show, so that makes me want to watch the movies.
I actually want to watch The Witcher. I never watched it. I mean, big fan of the games, and the wife is a little interested. I was like, maybe I ought to get her into the games, because I was like, or like want to play it, because I think she really liked at least The Witcher 3.
Okay, so let me explain something to you that no one explains when you first start watching The Witcher. The first 3 or 4 episodes seem like, for someone who has never played the games, you don't understand what the fuck is happening at all, because there are separate timelines, but it doesn't explain to you that these are separate timelines until you get to like episode 3 and 4, where you start having some callbacks to some of those different moments that you've already seen, and it kind of jumps around a little bit, and it's the first half of the season is very much Pulp Fiction, where you're just trying to figure out where everything actually goes. Mm-hmm. But once you get it, the closer and closer you get to the end of the season, the closer and closer all of the timelines are converging on each other.
Right.
But it's like one person is starting way farther out than other people are starting.
But they're telling where like it wouldn't hit the same if you watch it in order. Kind of like if you watch Pulp Fiction in order, you're like, I already know what it wouldn't hit the same as having it revealed the way it did.
I've never watched Pulp Fiction in order, but I will say I have watched Memento in order, and that's 100% the case. Memento in order is not a good movie. And that's all I have to say about that. All right, so we got anything else?
I think that's it, man.
Okay. You got anything else, Cam?
Did either of you watch the Snyder Cut?
No, I don't have HBO, and I'm not very interested.
Okay, it was long. It's a way different movie. Like they give everybody way more time. Like Cyborg, got to learn about him.
Shout out to Cyborg. I saw an article today and I shared it because he basically said the same thing that I've been saying about the Snyder Cut this whole time. He said, Joss Whedon did some fuck shit and I'm not a fan of his, but I'm not going to put everything that happened on the Snyder Cut at his feet. Because like I said, like you got people at the studio, you got producers and you got people who signed off and put the money up for this shit. Like I can't imagine that they let Joss Whedon just walk in there and say, I'm changing this, I'm changing that, I'm changing this, I'm changing that. And no one say anything. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a little bit closer to they made the movie that they were supposed to make. Maybe he made a few changes, but I don't think the changes that he made were as sweeping as they tried to make it seem like.
It seems like the first time they got guy number 1 to do it, and they only gave him a week, and then it didn't work out, so they got guy number 2 to go fix some things.
He had a family emergency, like something happened with his daughter or some shit like that, so he had to leave, and that's why they brought Joss Whedon in.
Okay, well I didn't know that, but still, like the thing, he only had a week, and then Josh Whedon the second guy come in and try to fix things, and then that didn't work out. So then they went back to the first guy and said, "Now you have as much time as you want."
That the much time as you want to is the part that I will argue forever. He had the benefit of hindsight. He got to see that movie come out and it not work, and he could be like, "Okay, I think I can figure out how to make this work, but we're going to have to make a longer movie." And they were like, "Okay, we'll let you make the movie."
Yeah, and then they released it in a medium that they were able to make a longer movie, because it wouldn't be released in theaters that way.
Hell no, not without a strong intermission.
And it would have to be like Kill Bill, to where they would have Snyder Cut Part 1, Part 2.
Right. Or, Endgame and fucking Infinity War. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So, Cam, thank you, brother, for coming to see us. I know you got your phone situation straight and you put in the chat that you wanted to come hang out with us. And we appreciate you coming out and hang out. You can come out and hang out anytime you want to.
Love you guys. I'm trying to get my schedule better at work so that I could be available.
Word up. I do. We appreciate it. And Chase, we appreciate you taking time away from Valheim to actually record the podcast.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
Motherfucker. And I don't know how everything is going to work next week. Well, depending on when I actually move, I don't know how everything is going to work then, but we'll just try to figure this out as best we can. If I got to do it on the phone, I'll do it on the phone.
Or it can be an August plus, April plus, to where, like, we might not have a show next week, but in the next few shows will be guest shows. So if you want to be on the show, just hit one of us up.
Or we get to the point to where we can record multiple shows in a week.
Maybe.
And then just release them spread out, but like we can record multiple shows. I mean, that's possible also. But we'll figure all of that out, away from the microphones, and We'll get her done. I don't really know what my situation is going to be because I don't know when I'm moving. I don't know when I'm going to have internet. There's a few things that are up in the air right now. Hell, I don't even know if I'm going to have power. My power was supposed to get turned on today and it was not on. I went there specifically to check and see if the power was on and it was not. So yeah, that. Huh. So, but for everyone else that's listening, thank you for spending some time with your boys. We'll be back in your ear holes hopefully next week. But if however everything work out, we'll figure it out and we'll get another show out for August, April. And even if we got to double up on a week, we'll double up on a week and we'll get this thing popping for you. So appreciate you all. For the homie Cam and Chase, this is Sarcasm and we're out of here. Later. Peace out to the Warriors, yo. What are you supposed to say later after?
Well, I was premature.
You're a premature exacerbator.
Truer words never spoken.
Sorry, guys.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Look, I'm telling you, Whoa. I'm telling. All right, I ain't gonna talk.